only heroes they see, but at the same time, the Queen of Pain has actually now shown herself. Oh no, actually, that's an Ninjas is showing herself because of the Sentry. They're going to actually try and go on a Shad here. Shad does manage to get off his ultimate before the Rolling Thunder comes in. Charlie time walking into all of this nonsense, but they will quickly deal with Celery, and it looks like Shad is going to be pressured enough with the help of Saberlight. Supreme comes in and cleans up that kill. Now they're going to turn on to Toby with Bash coming out from Charlie. He's not threatened by this Slaughter Dart one bit. He's got to get away from Boom, though. Still represents a lot of damage, especially with the relocate coming in from Celery. He's going to rejoin this fight. Bash up. They should be able to bring down Saberlight. Oh, he managed to get the other side there, but he burns out from the Fire Spirits. Aramis, who's chasing Era, manages to survive through that combination. Chase down underneath the tier 1 tower. Boom. With all that movement speed, thanks to the haste, is going to be able to get this kill in the support. But what about the cores? Supreme, he's okay for now. He's really man-fighting this one, and Charlie comes in. He managed to hit one bash. Boom. Limp it away. Still has some remnants to go, but the relocate out. But they just rolled up, took Roshan, 5 mana to a tier 2, and now they're hitting a tier 3, which is going to force Viking GG back.
Oh, they're going in.
They're actually going to get the initiation.
Wow. Are you serious?
Dude, Ninjas in Pyjamas, they're not messing around right now. They're saying, Viking GG, this is not going to be a long game.
What a call, man. Whoever made that call is a god.
That was a sick, nasty initiation, but really good follow-up as well. That was just straight-up teamwork. Era finds the initiation and does it again. A secondary time on to Toby. Unfortunately, that just leads into a crush. That was a little awkward, but still, a relocate back means there's no save for the Gyrocopter just yet. Celery's going to come in. Aramis does manage to get off the Supernova. They're not sure how much they really want to dive into that area. They have to back away from the Supernova explosion. Can't commit for the Gyrocopter. Still, though, that's going to be a ranged Rax, at least for now. Viking GG. Range Rax this early doesn't feel great, but they should be more concerned about the overall fight because the Orchid coming out, Rolling Thunder on through. They still have a bit of tick damage onto Toby, but it's not quite enough to kill him. And Saberlight being very disruptive right now thanks to that Rolling Thunder, but it looks like he's going to be caught. Yule Scepter up in the air. He will manage to get a swashbuckle away to the side. Viking GG pressing forward. There's still a lot of healthy cores here, though, between Charlie and Supreme. They don't have a Chronosphere or anything like that, but they seem damn near fearless and being willing to take this fight up into the base, up into a high ground like this. Chains up. Oh, Supreme. He does have the Aegis. And with this secondary life, oh, Toby actually blinked right into the avalanche there from Era. That's a bit unfortunate. That was a good opportunity for initiation, but he's got a secondary follow-up. This time, he's going to catch Charlie and Era stunned up together. Looks like Era goes for the toss back onto the Ember Spirit, trying to keep its distance, but it's not good enough. Sleight of Fist does manage to get that kill. Aramis now going to see the opportunity. They've finally broken Ninjas in Pyjamas, and they're going for the deep dives. They're going to be able to slow down some of these heroes as they clean them up. It's going to be Saberlight left behind with the 2 supports. They're going to be the ones to fall. Queen of Pain and our Faceless Void, the main cores of Ninjas in Pyjamas, do manage to walk away with their lives. Pyjamas. You can see the style that they brought to this one. Now, this is going to be a Chronosphere where he can quickly deal with the support, and with the follow-up coming in from his supports, he might just be able to deal with Chad as well. Shad going to be stuck here. Can Boom bail him out? Not really. There's nothing to stop this BKB Charlie as he pushes forward on the Faceless Void. They do have the Remnant over to the side. They can still kind of catch up, though. He throws a second Remnant away. Unfortunately for Ninjas in Pyjamas, the creep wave's a little bit too far back, so they can't really go for that melee barracks just yet.
Yeah, it's something like that. That might be enough, even a small number.
Era does manage to catch Aramis here. They follow up with the Orchid, but they need a little bit more nukes, and that's where the Sonic Wave comes into play. There's going to be no Supernova until the buyback, actually. Gyrocopter throwing out his ultimate. Saberlight's going to go for the chain stunning onto this Slaughter Dart. He should just be dead straight up from this. They're actually going to make sure that the IO can't really bail him out. Saberlight making that next level play to find these backline heroes, but Shad, his BKB's running a little bit low. They're going to go for the Supernova now, but he's surrounded by Ninjas in Pyjamas heroes. That's a dieback for the Phoenix, and it could be worse as more heroes are coming in. They still haven't used their Chronosphere. They're going to pop in now to be able to catch the IO with the Gyrocopter together. And if they kill Shat and they kill Celery again, that's going to be potentially another dieback. Same goes with Toby, who's right in the midst of this, going for that Faceless Void, but he doesn't really have the attack speed to keep this up, especially with the disarms there from Saberlight. Not going to be getting this chain bashing. That's going to be a rampage for Supreme. Ninjas in Pyjamas just taking over this game now as they're going to continue this fight. It doesn't stop. They've got the Orchid on the Ember Spirit. He's came down from the Yule Scepter, so he's dead again. Double rampage for Supreme, and make it a triple. Let's make it a quadruple. They can still catch up to Shad as well as Celery if they want to. One more buyback. Boom says, surely this is going to be enough. 8 heroes wasn't enough. Maybe 9 will be. He's burning them down, but Charlie, he managed to get the time walk away. He's teeping up on a Yule Scepter. Managed to stop him. Saberlight in the top right looks like he's going to be run down by Shad. We're going to focus on the Void for now because he at least has a chance of survival, I think.
Okay.
But he gets chained up, relocate in to finish him off, and finally, Viking GG do manage to win the end part of the engagement. There's no way you let them just sneak this in, right?
No way. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
I feel like they had such an advantage to be able to throw, but I guess with no Chronosphere, maybe they're a bit skittish to be able to take this fight. They're going to go in now, catching Aramis once again before he can go over the dive away with the Sonic Wave. The roll in from Saberlight. They don't manage to stop it. Shad picks up the Aegis just in time, and they can still fight this out, but Charlie still putting in some good damage, trying to finish up Toby. He gets off the cheese in time, but he's so damn slow from the time dilation and into the arrow combination as well. The supporting cast is gone from Viking GG, and it's pretty much up to Shad, but he's surrounded by so many heroes that he just can't get out of here. He's going to lose his first life, and very likely the second life will be just as bad as the first. Unless Doom can come in and do something crazy, it's a 2 versus 4, and they're throwing everything they had to be able to win it, but they know it's over. It's done and dusted. That is game 1. Ninjas in Pyjamas will take it in emphatic fashion, man. That was a very fun game to watch, even if it was a little short.
He really utilized that to the fullest.
Oh, and a regen rune picked up right as they smoke and go for a gank here, and they're going to be able to catch Lena right away. The Soul Bind onto 2, though, with the Rolling Thunder on through. If he stops this damage, then Supreme can turn around, get off the LSA, and completely turn this fight around. And look at that, Saberlight bumps Celery back up the cliff. How you doing, buddy? Come meet my friends. 9-12 now. Ninjas in Pyjamas do actually win a nice fight. Down by 10k net worth, though. Now they've got the vision, though, to be able to charge and start this fight. Potentially
nice
Supernova on the high ground. That is it for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They say, nope, we're not taking part of this fight, and that actually makes it really good for them. One big team fight ability down, but can they actually win the follow-up? Now they got the Chemical Rage. Era goes in and throws back Toby. Toby's going to be silenced here. Saberlight in hot pursuit with the Rolling Thunder. Sure, they're going to be able to kill the Phoenix, but it's the Alchemist right in the middle of all of these heroes. Supreme needs the help. Soulbind onto 2. That's going to be able to slow down these heroes and help get Supreme back to this tier 2 area. They're playing an in-and-out game right now because they know the Chemical Rage is going to be wearing out soon. Here comes this Faceless Void, who still has his Chronosphere to be rocking here. Time Walk coming up. He's going to be able to catch up to this Alchemist. He can try and go for this one now. The BKB's gone. He throws out the Chronosphere, but boom! He goes in the back line trying to disrupt all this damage, goes for Lena, takes him out, and takes away some of the follow-up, but Charlie by himself was good enough to be able to bring down this Alchemist, and now they don't have the control anymore to be able to stop Charlie. Boom! Now out of mana as well, tosses Charlie over to finish off that kill. Double for Charlie. Once again, Ninjas in Pyjamas, very patient in a lot of their teamfight execution. They're throwing in a lot of damage into the pit right now, but the Chemical Rage is keeping Shad plenty healthy. A little bit farther up, we have Era. He's going to be able to blink in, tries to go for it, but Shad already activates BKB, who's going to pick up the Aegis. It's Shad. He stashes it away and punishes Ninjas in Pyjamas for daring to be able to stop this inevitable Roshan for Viking GG. Gets 2 kills and looking for a third as Supreme pops his BKB to be able to run away. The supports don't have that same kind of luxury. They have that zip that keeps up with Supreme. Now the BKB's worn out. Boom. He's got one more zip in him, but a blink away from Era. Jacking to the offlane, you know, lumberjacking off. It doesn't really play that way, you know. Celery, once again, being the face that gets initiated on, but the rest of his team is actually here around. Saberlight couldn't quite get the kill onto Celery as a result. Oh, they do manage to get a Soulbind Chronosphere onto the 2 supports. They can actually kill Toby. Maybe this would be somewhat okay, but Shad is just going ham right now, the damage. They don't even kill Toby, so he gets off the Supernova with the Sunray. On top of that, Charlie activates BKB and Time Walks, but where are you going to go? You can't run, and you certainly won't be able to hide. Not from Boom, who can keep up with you every step of the way.
At the timing where Void is going to start fighting you, like you're going to have BKB, you're going to get the heart soon after, it kind of feels like there's no items Void can farm to deal with it.
Saberlight bumping into both the Phoenix as well as the Spirit Breaker as they try to jump into this bait and get the control to Charlie and make sure that damage dealer is gone. With the carry out, Ninjas in Pyjamas are surely just going to fall apart inside of their own base here. GG is quickly called by Misha after seeing that. No buyback for the Faceless Void.
I kind of feel like the game has been over ever since that dieback on Charlie. If he had a team there, that would have been a little rough. I don't think there was any vision. I think he was just walking.
Oh, got off the ultimate just barely. He was like completely depleted of mana after he casted it, so he had almost 200 exactly there, but gets it off, and that will stop Ninjas In Pyjamas' aggression, or maybe they're actually going to go back in here. The Phoenix and everybody's still on this high ground, and Supreme's kind of sitting around. Look at him, he's digging right in the middle of a fight as he chooses to finally go for Aramis and looks to finish him off. A charge attempted, but a bash in place from Charlie. We'll put a stop to that before it can occur. Waiting for somebody to come along. Instead, okay, they do actually get Boom. He walks up to try and get that banner rune, is indeed baited. Caught, the courier goes down for the Medusa as well, and Supreme still looking for another here. Nice dissimulate dodge of the magic missile, catches Toby enough. The swap back though, gives Toby an opportunity, but they're gonna Chronosphere to seal the deal. Make sure there's no Supernova. That Chronosphere caught Supreme as well. Got Supreme a little bit low. Saberlight is quite low as well. The Medusa could almost finish them all off if he just had the vision to be able to do so, but now they're just playing an in and out game. Guerrilla War for it. Inside of the trees, Saberlight hits him with a Burrow Strike, blinks away before any damage comes his way, and Charlie, with no disables out on the field, is pretty fearless in just tackling Shad where he can. He's got the time walk to be able to undo whatever limited damage the Medusa can put out, and they just wiped Viking GG behind their own tier 2.
Condition right now, like, is she the one currently winning the game? I don't think so. I think that's Boom.
Yeah.
So killing him, then they choose to dive even further instead of just getting the mid tower. That's a tough decision to make.
Yeah, Boom seemingly, like, he represents both the damage and the control. Saberlight goes in and almost immediately dies, and they get the Supernova off. So that is game over for Ninjas In Pyjamas. They're going to get out of this team fight as best as possible. A buyback coming out from Saberlight is actually going to halt this aggression here. Charlie tries to go back in with the time walk and time dilation to be able to slow Viking GG down. Maybe they have caught somebody here. It's going to be Toby. He loses the Phoenix's life. Charlie's trying to get back out of here, though. They don't want to overly commit themselves against this Tiny. They just want to play a back and forth game. Now with the telekinesis onto the Tiny, can they commit to him? Oh no, a Burrow Strike miss, and Boom turns around and gets off the avalanche that gets the kill onto 2. Boom, though, still being wailed on by Charlie. Dissimulate does manage to finish him, and Charlie now with a lot of this damage gone. Well, he's got to get away as Boom actually bombed back and TP'd in to catch Supreme, a mega kill streak. So that buyback is very value for Boom.
So much wave clear. You always have to be careful of the Tiny and the toss back.
He's got an Invis rune. Can he actually get it off, and do they have any detection? He's going to try and get away the Sunray heal, and they throw out the Chronosphere. That's going to be able to get the vision, but the swap back, the impetus, that's not going to be enough damage. Charlie, he now dove in too deep to try and pursue against, but he's so tanky, man. He survived through all that burst. The magic missile wasn't there. He time walks a bunch of the damage, and Saberlight here with the reprisal comes in with the epicenter. Burrow Strike about misses all that damage, while Aramis charges right through them. Popping his W does allow him to shake off a lot of these disables. Saberlight trying to stun up Toby here, but the rest of his team is focused on Aramis. Now Supreme and Charlie both jump into the back line together to be able to take on Toby, deal with Celery. Shad, he's sitting there putting out damage, and it is enough to kill some of these supports, but the chorus, they're just so tanky. In fact, they still have the Heaven's Halberd as well, which may have actually saved Misha's life, who's looking a bit low. Supreme topped off there. He does manage to hit the Aether Remnant, and Boom, he's going to be targeted, toss over, actually finishes Supreme. Boom would have died otherwise, but he simultaneously got Charlie away from him while killing that Void Spirit with the Void.
Well, some of us. Like learning Sand King's a good hero, for example.
Man, he is pumping through some of that mana shield pretty quickly here. Initiation from Boom was actually immediately stopped by Saberlight thanks to the high ground vision. As soon as he blinked in, he got stunned. Fortunately, there is the Medusa to be able to save the day with Stone Gaze, and he actually did manage to catch the Void on the left-hand side there. They're not going to go for him, though. He's like, they've got the second life. Who cares about him? Let's do to Ninjas In Pyjamas what they've been doing enough. Ignore the Faceless Void and go for everybody else. Once the support heroes are gone, then we can focus on killing that Void, especially now that his Aegis is gone.
Very nicely placed egg, and once again, Celery with the swaps out, saving his important core. We saw what happened when Boom died first in a team fight. It looks horrible if he doesn't have buyback. So all they can get is possibly some damage on a tier 2, but it's pretty hard against this Medusa. She's level 25 now. Split shot Scotty.
Looking at him, Charlie. Hit the Remnant here to chain stun a little bit. Still with the BKB. It's up. He can pop it if he wants to. He's going to pop the Stone Gaze instead. Forcing the time walk backwards here. Saberlight trying to get away. Nether Strike is going to be able to push him into the damage from the Medusa. Now the Medusa's out of mana, but the swap back comes in again. Charlie on pursuit here, but time dilation. He can't really catch up because the BKB is slowing him down with the Scotty. He's being chain stunned too much. He time walks back behind the tier 2. Barely living for now. Supreme sees Celery, looks at that and says, that's an easy cleanup, but we got to get out of here. I can kill that support, but the rest of us need to try and back away until Charlie is ready to go back in again, and that's his moment. He sees Aramis is out of position. Now they're going to be able to blink forward with the catch of the telekinesis on Naboom as well. Charlie, he has to deal with that combo damage every single time and time walk backwards just in case. Nice dive into the Yule Scepter that perfectly charges in with Aramis. And that'll chain stun nicely onto Era. He'll die just like that.
He's way back. That was cool. I'm gonna go ruin some pubs with that.
Spots Misha. It should be a very dead Enchantress unless the Force Staff's Nether Strike is going to keep in range of the Medusa once again. But the Heaven's Halberd is actually maybe the saving grace. Boom! In some trouble. Has the Orchid on him, but because of the Stone Gaze, they have to back away. They could not commit any further, even though Boom looks so low. Still, though, they've blown everything. They've used Stone Gaze. They've used Supernova. This is go time for Ninjas in Pyjamas if they can just fight through this damn Medusa, but she's pumping out so much damage. And a second Supernova coming out with the refresher from the Phoenix, and that spoils the fight for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They lose 2. And Viking GG, have they finally broken things up a little bit? They still have plenty of damage to worry about from Charlie and Supreme, but without the control of Saberlight, things become a lot harder. Smoke as they push forward. They know this is where Ninjas in Pyjamas is really going to make their last stand. Jump forward from Charlie, goes at the Chronosphere, really only catches the Vengeful Spirit. That's all it hits there. Meanwhile, did you see the hell that Boom just rained down on the Nip heroes? He just killed them 2 heroes with this Aghanim Scepter. They're going to buy back on Saberlight, but Misha doesn't have one. They're going to wait for the Supernova. Fortunately, there's going to be still a Glyph. Boom starts laying out that damage once again. Now, this time around, Supreme, he trying to get in there, but immediately he's targeted by Boom as he gets tossed up in the air. A second round of Supernova. Charlie bumped by the Nether Strike, controlled up long enough that even as he buys back, he's lost too many of his allies to be able to hold this. Shad gives Charlie the tip. He said, you played it in an interesting way, my friend, but in the end, you're not going to be walking away with a victory. Another toss back into Shad. Shad is just a mean, lean, arrow shooting machine who is bringing down each of the members one by one. Now it's just left with Charlie as they call the GG. And Viking GG walk away the victory in this series. It was a little bit of a rough start for them, but managed to pull through. Nice game 2, a little bit of a closer game 3.